Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm here, and in today's video we're going to talk about the hottest topic in the world, which is money, investment. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So when it comes to the topic of money and investment, there are so many things that one needs to consider, right? Like if you want to invest your money or if you want to keep your money safe, what options do you have? What's the best way to invest your money? How can you grow your wealth? And these are just some of the questions that people have when it comes to this topic. And the answers to these questions, they're not straightforward. There isn't like a one-size-fits-all solution for everybody. The answer really depends on a lot of factors, such as what your financial situation is, what your goals are, what your risk tolerance is, how long you can invest for, etc. But despite that, there are some general principles that can guide you in the right direction. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss in this video. We're gonna now be talking about 6 tips that will help you when it comes to investing your money. Tip No. 1. Know your financial situation. This may seem obvious, but it's actually a very important step that a lot of people overlook. Before you can invest your money, you need to know where you're starting from. You need to know how much money you have available to invest, what your income and expenses are, what your debts are, and what your financial goals are. Once you have a clear understanding of your financial situation, you can start to develop a plan for investing your money. You can also find out how much money you can afford to invest each month. This is an important step because it allows you to set realistic expectations for yourself. Investing takes time and discipline, and it's important to be patient and consistent with your investments. Tip number 2. Diversify your portfolio. Diversification is one of the most important principles of investing. It simply means that you should not put all of your eggs in one basket. If you invest in a single stock, you're taking on a lot of risk. If that company does well, then you will make money. But if it doesn't do well, then you could lose all of your money. That's why it's important to spread your investments around. By diversifying your portfolio, you can reduce your risk and increase your chances of making money. One way to diversify is by investing in different asset classes. For example, stocks, bonds, real estate, and commodities. Another way to diversify is to invest in different industries. For example, technology, healthcare, consumer staples, and energy. And another way to diversify is to invest in different geographic regions. For example, the US, Europe, and Asia. The more you diversify, the more protected your portfolio will be from risk. Of course, diversification doesn't mean that you will never lose money. It's still possible to lose money even if you have a diversified portfolio. However, it can help you to mitigate your losses if something goes wrong. Tip No. 3. Invest for the long term. One of the biggest mistakes that investors make is trying to time the market. They buy and sell stocks based on their predictions of where the market is going to go. The problem is that it's impossible to predict the market accurately. Even the most experienced investors can't do it. So instead of trying to time the market, it's better to invest for the long term. This means that you should buy and hold stocks for many years, even if the market goes down in the short term. Long-term investing is a powerful strategy because it allows you to take advantage of the power of compounding. Compounding is the idea that you can earn money for literally doing nothing. For example, imagine that you buy a stock that increases in value by 10 each year. If you hold on to that stock for 10 years, your initial investment will have grown to 10 times its original value. That's the power of compounding. Tip number 4. Don't put all your money in one place. As we mentioned earlier, it's important to diversify your investments, but it's also important to diversify the places where you keep your money. For example, don't keep all of your money in one bank account. Instead, consider opening accounts at multiple banks. This way, if one bank goes bankrupt, you'll still have access to your money. Another thing you can do is to keep some of your money in cash, some in stocks, some in bonds, and some in other assets. This way, you're not putting all of your money in one place. Tip No. 5. Consider your risk tolerance. Risk tolerance refers to the amount of risk that you're willing to take on. Some people are willing to take on a lot of risk, while others prefer to play it safe. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to risk tolerance. It all depends on your individual circumstances. For example, if you're young and have a long time horizon until retirement, you can afford to take on more risk. However, if you're nearing retirement, you'll probably want to take on less risk. When considering your risk tolerance, it's also important to think about your emotions. Are you the type of person who can stay calm and rational when the market is going down? Or do you panic and sell? If you're not sure, it's probably best to err on the side of caution and take on less risk. Remember, investing involves risks, and there is no guarantee that you will make money. In fact, you could lose some or all of your investment. However, by following these tips, you can help to protect yourself against potential losses and increase your chances of success. And finally, tip no. 6. Don't be afraid to seek professional help. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the process of investing, don't hesitate to reach out to a financial advisor. A financial advisor can help you to create a plan that meets your specific needs and goals. They can also provide support and guidance along the way. There are many ways to invest your money, and the best way for you will depend on your individual circumstances. However, by following these tips, you can help to ensure that you're making the most of your money. So what are your thoughts on today's video? Do you have any questions or comments? Feel free to leave them down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and until next time.